Hi there, it's Polly here. So, I just wanted to tell you about a strange kind of social experiment I've run. I've run a few using role-playing games, but this one was Gay Pendragon. So, the games group that I was with back in the day was full of, there was a bunch of real, like, horrible homophobes. The Australian term is ochre. Beer drinking, football watching, ute driving yobbos. But yeah, just the automatic sort of homophobic crap that kept so many of us in the closet so long back then. But so I decided, okay, I'm going to run an ancient Greek version of Pendragon because I'm a huge kind of Greek historian, history fan, and so on. So all right, so it's Athens. It's just coming into the time of the Peloponnesian War. So this is like coming into the Great Age of Pericles and so on. So the purpose of Pendragon is to gain glory, because glory converts into extra characteristics and things. So the numbers gain you. So glory, of course, is gained for defeating enemies and achieving mighty things and romance and so on. Right. So. But in the Athens thing, I said, okay, so there are things you can gain glory from in Athens and so on, way outside the pale for normal Pendragon. Intellectual pursuits, for one. So there are yearly festivals of dramatic arts. If you pen a play that wins a prize, just having your play accepted is worth glory. Having win the prize, atomic tons of glory. Same goes for like arguing in the agora. If you hold forth and are seen holding good philosophical conversations, philosophy argument, all this sort of thing, you gain glory. That intellectualism is a huge part of rep. So there's an intellectual component to this. And there's also rolls over to your proteges. So if you have a student and he does well, then that glory reflects onto you. You get some of it. So, Socrates gains glory because Plato is, so respected and doing well. Likewise, I guess your students can bring you to shame. And that's where the fun started to come in, because competing in games is a major source of glory. There are citywide games. There are things like there's games in Corinth, which are held every few years. And of course, the big one is the Olympic Games. If you can win at any of these, but particularly if you like winning or gaining places in an Olympic thing, then, that's it. Massive amounts of fame and glory become yours. But that goes for your proteges too. And that's where we come to the ancient Greek thing. Because one of the things that can happen is you can mentor someone. Yes, you can go scoping for an ephebe, a hot young boy. Yes. Love in ancient Greece kind of fell off the accepted list for most later civilizations. But essentially, if you find kind of a teenage boy and they become your lover, then their achievements become your glory. So if you're like an older person that's, you've kind of had to leave track and field behind because that's for kind of spry young kids, and you're doing the typical role-playing thing with, fighting monsters and leading expeditions and doing kind of warrior stuff, but you can still keep getting glory from games and so on because your lover is achieving these things. So that was when the fun started. These ravening homophobes discovered this because I've given them my rule set. And wait, there's a major source of glory. I don't have to compete myself. I just have to basically have a lover that's competing. Right, fantastic. So what I want to do then is, this is like romance in normal, Pendragon. So I gain extra glory if the lover is beautiful, and I kind of want a kid that's accomplished, because I kind of want him like walking around the agora and being a student of great people as well, because just being accepted, as a student of, say, Socrates is a huge thing. But I got to have one that's really good at track and field. Yeah. who's doing well? Are there any kind of up and comers? You know, they got good form. They look like they're going to be doing well. So, oh, so you're checking these out? Yeah, I'm checking these out. So by basically putting in a payoff that this is worth points to you, I've got a bunch of rapidly homophobic players, unironically running characters who are kind of leaning on the fence at the local training field, scoping out the hot young boys, you know, at the gym. It was like, oh my God, this is so funny. They just kind of fell into it hook, line, and sinker. Pay them off with points in the game system. These guys will do absolutely anything. It was really very odd. Other social experiments that I did, actually. These same guys were ranting on about terrorists. Terrorists. Yeah, what they know about terrorism is, going to cover the back of a bubblegum wrapper, but what the hey. So I just ran this, essentially a traveller scenario where an off-world group comes in and just this company moves in, and it starts to replace people in your government with people who are more sympathetic to the company, and now this whole place is being run as a company town and so on. So of course, our players kind of end up going underground, and they're trying to do something about this. Well, maybe we can assassinate the guys running this and, you know, free our people. Okay, so they try running some assassination things. That doesn't work too well because there's lots of security, and they've convinced some of the locals. All right, so we've got to raise more of a base of people. Obviously, we need like more help. We need information on the ground. We need more people cooperating with us. So they start, carefully underground recruiting, and they start doing raids on enemy bases to get hold of arms and ammunition to outfit their guys. And then they start running kind of revolutionary cells and secret trading camps and everything. So, by the way, guys, congratulations, you're now all terrorists. Like, no, we're freedom fighters. It's like, I've literally seen things lying belly up on the bottom of ponds with more self-awareness than these guys. But anyway, it's a kind of a little role-playing quirk, I think, that you can run interesting little social experiments. Look, maybe you'll reach someone, but if you don't, maybe you'll just get a hell of a lot of laughs at their expense.